Hey everyone, the name is Erik Thor. And in today's video, we're talking about how INFPs can manage being career-oriented while retaining their inner idealist. Okay, so INFPs are often referred to as idealists, people that care about making a difference in the world, making something with the planet better, making something about people better, making something about life a little bit better. And so they're not necessarily oriented by money, but at the same time, most INFPs will value professional accomplishment. And so as an INFP, you might want to find yourself getting specialized somewhere. You might want to find yourself developing a special skill or ability that can be useful to others. You might want to find yourself contributing to the world somehow. And valuing professional accomplishment is nothing bad. It's a matter of building confidence in yourself and finding something, a way to express what's unique about you in a professional setting. And the professional needs are one of 8 different components that I tend to say are especially important for a happy and healthy life. So what can you do as an INFP to balance the ins and outs of being career hungry and achievement oriented and success seeking while retaining your INFP spirit? Okay, so the thing you want to think about is, while we often talk about the world in capitalist terms of making money and of getting promoted and getting a higher salary and being successful in a career sense, what you might want to think about is, what good does this company do? What does it offer people? What does it offer the co-workers? What does it give others, right? So you might find that there are certain careers where you feel that there is a chance here to do something good. There's a chance here to connect with others. There's a chance here to make the world a better place. And yeah, there's a chance to get paid doing it. Actually, a lot of jobs actually serve some kind of useful benefit and actually provide some kind of service for the world. And so you might find that, even the most dry and boring sales job actually can be about providing a service for other people that is actually needed and something that can actually make people's lives better. So it's about how you approach it, and it's about how you think about it to motivate yourself to get a career and to achieve professional success, instead of focusing on the pure monetary and financial concerns of this field and what you can achieve and how much it will pay and what your career prospects are in this field. And often what you want to do to really motivate yourself is to think about what values this company represents, what things it provides for others, in what way it helps people, helps your community, and helps the world, right? And here you might find that, a cafe or a restaurant actually provides a very important social service. It's a way for people to come together. It's a place where people can meet up and get their social needs met. It's a place where people can talk and exchange ideas. There is no inherently bad job in the sense of a job that doesn't provide any use. It's about having an open mind and recognizing different ways and different needs that people have. And if it's done by humans, and if it's something that humans desire and talk about and care about, it's something that can actually be genuinely useful. And it's just a matter of how we engage in this need and in this service and what we do and what we bring to this place, right? And so you might want to think, what can I bring to this environment? What can I do here? Who can I help? And who do I care about? And often it can be about identifying people like yourself. A lot of the time, people want to help people like themselves. And there is nothing wrong with that. It's the localization principle. Most people will be more motivated to help people in their close environment with similar experiences to their own. And so if you've had a negative experience growing up, or some kind of struggle or some kind of problem, you might find yourself drawn to help other people who might have the same problem. You might want to find that there's actually quite a lot of people who have had these problems and its experiences. So here it can be about, for example, becoming a counselor. It can be about being a librarian and providing a space for others. It can be about running or hosting a cafe, or being a part of organizing a community or a nonprofit. It can be about talking and working at a newspaper to express these stories and to run these ideas with others. Really, there are so many different ways to think about it. And often I find how we look at the world today is sometimes needlessly abstract and detached from the real experiences that we have. And while INFPs are intuitives, they are still experience-oriented intuitives. They are intuitives that need to connect their ideas to real people, to faces, to animals, to things around them in their environment. Because as an INFP, you crave emotional connection, and you can't just emotionally connect with an idea. You need to connect that idea to a person or an action or a place, right? So often what you need to do is take the dry language that we look at today, take the job descriptions that you read today, and think about how you can translate that to yourself and to what you want and what you care about. And often as an INFP, something that's going to surprise you is you actually have a lot of say in how you work and in what you do. Even if a job description comes out and says, we're looking for this person with these qualities, with this social phase and these qualifications, you actually do have a lot of say and a lot of opportunity in shaping your own job and role as you get started there. Often, most people work together with a manager, and that manager is there to facilitate your needs. And if you have a good manager, they're going to be quite responsive to what you have to say. And they're going to want to find ways to get you motivated, because they want you to do a good job. Because if you do a good job, they get the chance to feel that they have done something good for the company, right? And here, what they're thinking about is, how can I get this person motivated? How can I help them work in a way that works for them? How can I match to their style and their personal needs and preferences? For example, how can I help an INFP make sure that they don't feel rushed or pressured, so that they can work in their calm and quality-oriented way? How can I make sure that INFP can bring their ideas to the company? How can I retain the INFP's curiosity and novelty and interest and excitement for new things? How can I attach and connect to the INFP's emotional needs to connect with others, to have deep and meaningful conversations, and to feel like they're providing some kind of emotional value? And of course, how can I work around the INFP's more flexible style, their more improvisation-oriented style, right? To make sure that they have freedom at work and don't feel too constrained or managed, right? Here, you also have a chance to kind of speak out and think up for yourself. And here you might want to think about, at my job, at the moment, where I currently work, what can I do to find this work more fulfilling? Might I want to do more of the paperwork? Might I be more into the theoretical aspects? Might I want to have a more social role, or do I want to have a more withdrawn role? Do I want to have a more behind the stage role, or do I want to have a more direct and action-oriented role, right? Here, do I prefer to be behind the bar, or do I prefer to be, for example, running the different tables, right? Or would I like to be informed and to be engaged in, for example, the financials of something, right? Now, often the flow principle you want to work with when it comes to careers and what you want to do is, the more you do something and the better you get at something, the more enjoyable it's going to be. And so, for example, if you find that something is very stressful and very difficult for you, what you might want to think about is, what kind of trainings and educations can I do to make this easier for myself? Are there any courses on this? Are there any tools? Are there any resources I can use to help me with this? For example, if I find planning difficult, are there any tools that can help me automate my planning, right? So here, it's also about being able to ask questions, to talk with your manager about, hey, yeah, I've been wanting to improve in this. Do you have any form of company budget for training? Do we have anything I can do to get better at this? Is there any form of goals we can set in this direction so that I can work on this, right? Often, on top of that, it comes down to really just sitting down with yourself and having honest conversations about your strengths and weaknesses, and thinking about, yeah, I do this well and I work well at this. Here I see some room for improvement. Here I see some things I'd like to change. And recognizing these things often gives you a set of goals and a set of directions and a feeling like you're working towards something. And the overarching aim here is, you want to be an INFP everywhere you go. You want to be able to be an INFP just as much at home as at work. And you want to feel like you can be yourself wherever you are. Because if you are yourself at work, you'll have more energy, more confidence, a stronger sense of connection and meaning, and of course, you'll find that you respect yourself a lot more, that you like yourself a lot more. So, valuing achievement, valuing success, there's nothing wrong with that. So, what kind of things would you like to do? Or what kind of work do you have at the moment? And how could you make your work a little bit more workable for you as an INFP? Thank you for watching.